Shalom, 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 wakazak mashpaka. Shalom to the 12 tribes of Yasharahla scattered abroad. It's still your program, your one and only program where you know that we are here to dissect the scriptures, and which is Script Unveiled. On today's episode of Script Unveiled, we'll be talking about one major thing that we as a nation of the awakened people we are not really paying attention to. Remember, there's something we call the mundane matters when it comes to broadcasting or mass communication. Let me start with mundane is talking about some things that people don't pay attention to, which carry some vital information. So on today's episode of Script Unveiled, we'll be talking about one major thing that every so-called awakened Israelite are really getting wrong, which they need to pay attention to. But before we go on the program for today, let us go on a short commercial break. As we'll be right back, please don't go nowhere. It's still your program, Script Unveiled, and I remain your same humble host and your brother, DGN Yasharahla.
Sponsorship and advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number +234 811 731 0928.
And you should too.
I had to get me a big goal.
Hallelujah.
Blacks are the real juice.
Welcome back to the show. It's still your program, Script Unveiled, and I still remain your same humble host, DGN Yasharahla. So, on today's episode of Script Unveiled, I'll be talking about one very crucial topic, which I title Yasharahla. Are we truly prepared? Are we truly ready? Now, here's my question. Why do you think I said, are we truly prepared? Are we truly ready? To be honest, if I am to look at the way the so-called awakened nation of Israel are behaving today, I can boldly say that looking at the statistics of how ready we are for the kingdom to come, I can boldly say that we've not done enough to get credited with 15%. Why did I say so? Don't get me wrong. At some point, some Israelites are actually getting it. They are getting it almost on point. At least they are closer to like 70%, 80%. Some are even gone up. Some are even as diligent that they are like 90% ready. But to be honest, looking at the whole nation of Israel together, not leaving it one after the other, I can boldly say that we are 50% ready. We are not even ready yet at all. So I know you'll be asking yourself, why did I say such kind of thing? Now let us go down into the scriptures to see if truly Yasharahla as a nation, we are ready for the second Exodus. Zephaniah, the book of Zephaniah, the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2. I'll take from verse 1 down to verse 3. Let us see what the scriptures says. And it says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Now, here's my question. Why do you think the scripture here said we should gather ourselves together? But when it will say further, it says, O nation not desired. To be honest, our people actually, we are just an awakened nation. But we don't have the desire yet. Why did I say so? We all know that in the book of 1 John, yes, 1 John. Let me get there real quick. 1 John 5. Remember, on this show, we are always here to bring out the scriptures and make sure that we give justice to it. Now, it says in the book of 1 John chapter 5. Now, I'll take from verse 2, I'll take it down to verse 3. It says, by this we know that we love the children of Yahuwah, when we love Yahuwah and keep his commandment. Verse 3, for this is the love of Yahuwah, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Now, truth be told, the commandments are not grievous. What are one of those commandments? It said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. But imagine a nation like Israel as a nation, Yasharahla as a nation. I can boldly say that when it comes to the aspect of love, I will say among the wicked nation of Israel, we have only 7% of love among us. Majority of you will be like, why is this brother so judgmental? I'm not judgmental, I'm just being factual. Talking about love means to love your brother. Love every person who is truly an awakened and chosen person of Yasharahla. That is what those who you are meant to even love the most. But today we are in a world whereby people love themselves much more than their neighbor. But the commandment was love your neighbor as you also love yourself. What are those examples? For example, not once, not twice, I've seen some people, they claim to be our people as well. But how will it sound? You, because Yahweh placed you in a place whereby you are more opportune than the other. I have seen I've seen a lot of posts. How you see some so-called awakened Israelites spending thousands of dollars on what they tag as vacation, on what they tag as, let me just go and cruise on the water, boat cruise, all those things. Meanwhile, you know that on your same social media page, your brothers, your sisters who are even dying of hunger somewhere, they can see those posts. Do you know that at some point, this enough can make those hopeless awakened Israelites to start questioning Yahuwah, that Yahuwah, what have I done to deserve this level of poverty? And this brother, this sister is also an awakened Israelite like myself, who's keeping the commandment as well. But why is it that they haven't lived a better life than myself? This is it's as if you are intentionally making these people to start questioning Yahuwah for even choosing to wake them to the truth. You are making them to lose hope in Yahuwah of why they can't just leave them in the Christian church. to continue in the wickedness of this world. Maybe they can still be getting petty things to even feed themselves. So when I say that there is no love in Israel, I truly mean that there is no love in Israel. Now we're in a world whereby people go as far as traveling the world. You see them posting pictures of them taking up flights. You see them having boat cruise. You see them saying, I'm going for vacation, I'm right here in Bahamas, I'm right here in Montana, I'm right here in this and that. You can never tell me now that for you to travel to those places cost you $2. It's going to cost you at least hundreds of dollars to even book a flight. But yet, I'm sure you will always see your brothers, your sisters post calling for help. And all you can do is to just like the post and walk away. Some even go as far as being hypocritical. They'll just type on the comment section, prayers going up. But here's the question. Yahweh himself, he sees the heart, and he knows that you as a person, you are not desiring for the garden of Israel. And that's the whole fact. Even the so-called camps now, they propagate and they disseminate saying that we don't affiliate with other Israelites, blah blah blah. Now here's my question. Where is that love to be a gathered nation? When you say you don't affiliate with this, now my question is this: are you trying to tell us now that maybe in the kingdom we'll be having RUIC Israelite, GOCC Israelite, HOI Israelite, FOPE Israelite, Sycari Israelite, One West Israelite, One Body Israelite, Israel the Church of God Israelite? Just answer that question. So why are you causing division among our people? So you can see that truly our people is a nation who are not even desire to be gathering together. But the thing is this: no matter how hard devil can try to use you, Yahweh's will be done. He will still gather his own people, while he will leave the remaining 2/3 of the awakened nation to be cut off and destroyed. That's the fact. Let's step further. Back to Zephaniah chapter 2. I'll take from that verse 1 again. It says, gather yourselves together, ye gather together, O nation not desired. Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of Yahuwah come upon you, before the day of Yahuwah's anger come upon you. Verse 3. Seek ye Yahuwah, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be you shall be hid in the day of Yahuwah's anger. Now, when he asks us to gather together as a nation, do you think he doesn't know what he's saying? He's trying to say this so that we can get used with ourselves. So when Yahuwah will now cut away his own people, away from those that he wants to destroy, we can be able to still come together as one person, as one nation, and even communicate and live a life whereby the love will be there. But imagine if today, Yahusha returns, he crack the sky and take all Israelites to a particular wilderness. I can bet it with you that there will be serious havoc in the wilderness. Why? You start seeing some people saying, oh, shalom brother, are you from IUIC? You'll be like, no, I'm from GOCC. Like, no, you're not my brother. Hey, are you from IUIC? No, you're not my brother. Look at the madness. When you are meant to be in the wilderness, and you're like, whoa brother, so you survived it, you endured to the end, and you have been saved. All praise to Yahuwah. Come on brother, you're welcome. That is what we are meant to be doing in the wilderness. But now these Pharisees in the camps, they have given us another dirty, blind and Negropian mind. Just look at it. And yet the ugly part there is your so-called leadership will even be extorting you right before your nose, and you are so dumb and you don't even know it. The scripture itself says in the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 1 to verse 5, thereabout. He said, if you will do good, know who you are doing it to. That if you don't get recompense from the person, you get from the Father. But yes, my question, the leadership will ask you to donate to Booster Club, in which they can never tell you how they spent that money. They use the money to fix some crazy bills for themselves, to travel around the world for themselves. But the Bible never proved to us that Yahushua HaMashiach took offering from anyone to promote his own church. It was never ever recorded that Yahushua HaMashiach had a branch of an assembly. But his own is to just go everywhere and spread the truth. But today, the Pharisees are out there taking money from the innocent people who chose to be dumb, and they are using it to grow their own organization. Because truth be told, they are not gathering the nation of Israel at all. They are only gathering an organization to themselves. That's why today you can be hearing IUIC Africa, IUIC Ghana, IUIC Zimbabwe, IUIC Nigeria, IUIC Lagos, IUIC Yenogwa, IUIC Abuja, IUIC UK, IUIC blah blah blah. But the problem you always have with them is this: if you think I'm lying, please and please go to any IUIC member that you might know, go to their inbox and text and try to send them a message. They will directly ask you, are you actually studying with IUIC? If you tell them no, I'm not with IUIC, then they will tell you, next thing you see is they might block you, because that is what their demonic leadership have given to them. And yet you think we are here gathering the nation of Israel. I'm sorry, Israel is not ready yet. Until the day that all the camps tear themselves down and start teaching unity, that is when Israel is start getting prepared for the kingdom. Let's step further. The book of 1 John chapter 3. 1 John chapter 3. I'll take from verse 16 down to verse 17. And it says, hereby perceive we the love of Elohim, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. For whoso has this world's good, and sees his brother have need, and shut up his heart of compassion from him, how dwell the love of Elohim in him? Can you now see that truly what I quoted earlier is even scriptural? We have a lot of Israelites out there that Yahweh has blessed you with the good of this world, which is actually finance. I've seen people who are actually buying houses of 10,000 US dollars. I've seen people buying properties worth thousands of US dollars. But yet your brother will even need your help. Not even 50. 50 is even too much. Not even 25. You can't even use to support your own brother who is even dying in hunger. Yet you are busy buying properties in Babylon, when you know that if Yahusha returns, everything in Babylon is going to be burnt down. So why are you fooling? Do you think Yahweh is interested in you buying those plot of lands, those acres of land in Babylon? To be honest, Yahweh be looking at it like, look at these awakened dumb idiots. Because it will be like, you saw it in the scriptures where he said, separate, be separate, come out among and be separate. But yet you are still trying to bring up some stupid things in the same land that will be destroyed. Why can't the angel tell Lot to also go and find a land in Sodom and Gomorrah to go and stay there? He has to take Lot away from Sodom and Gomorrah for it to be destroyed completely. So what makes you think that because you are an awakened Israelite, that if you buy some land in Babylon, that Yahweh will protect your land and destroy the rest? I'm sorry for you. I am damn sorry for you. See what that scripture says, that verse 17 again. It says, but whoso has this world's good and sees his brother have need, his brother have need, and shut up his heart of compassion from him. How dwell the love of Elohim in him? Yes, that's the fact. You are out there traveling the world, eating the best food. Some of you will go as far as on just one spot, saying that you are going for a lunch treat or for a dinner treat. You are spending $150 on just one sitting. Meanwhile, somebody somewhere can even get $50 and manage it for a whole week to survive. But yet, it's not maybe you don't see those people posting and asking for help, but because you have shut the heart of compassion against your brothers just because of your selfish interest, because you want to please yourself alone. Do you think Yahweh will not ask you to give account of what you've done?
Who said that the righteous also can pull up a righteous swag? Lamentation chapter 4 verse 2 says that the sons of Israel are also referred as unto fine gold. This is enough to tell you that you can rock your swag and still yet be righteous. Join Great Awakening Clothing today to get the best of outfits, putting nice print, propagating the truth through your clothing to the face of every human on the street. We have it in varieties, from the face cap to the different designs of clothes, putting out the truth right on the clothes you're wearing, and also rocking the truth righteously in your swag, which I call the righteous swag of Great Awakening Clothing.
That's why we are called Clothing That Ministers. For booking and order, please call +1 7 2 5 2 1 8 7 9 9 1. You can also visit our website at www.greatawakeningclothingline.com. Great Awakening Clothing LLC, the clothing that ministers.
Activate. 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 Activate.
For sponsorship, advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number +234 811 731 0928.
How's everybody doing? My name's John Tatum, and for those that don't know, we have a new music CD coming out. The name of that project is called The Music Book. It's coming out November the 19th. I'm working with one of the legendary producers that have been in the music industry for over 50 years. His name is Jerry Cummings, and he's from the group Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, and he is producing this project. So we would like for you to go over to johntatum.net and pre-order you a copy today. I want to thank you in advance and thank you for all of your support. Thanks again. Shalom.
What a Savior, what a Savior, I found Yahshua. What a Savior, I love. He's been loving me. What a Savior, I found Yahshua. What a Savior,
Yeah, welcome back from that short commercial break, and I'm sure you all actually are staying tuned to the program right here. So before we went to that short commercial break, we were talking about some so-called people who claim to have the love of Elohim in him or in them, yet Yahweh blessed them with this world's good financially, but yet they see their brother in need and they shut their heart of compassion against them. So here's my question: do you think Yahweh is not seeing all the things you are doing? How Yahweh intentionally blessed you financially, but yet you chose to be so wicked and so heartless and so selfish that you can't even. Now imagine if Yahusha Amashiach was just like you. Look at that young boy who actually gave 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. The boy can actually say to himself, let me eat this bread and be satisfied, and let everyone starve to death. But instead, he gave that little thing that he has out, and Yahusha blessed it, and that little thing that he had became what fed thousands of multitude. Do you think Yahweh never knew that he gave you that thing on purpose? Yahweh gave you the opportunity on purpose. He gave you those 2 jobs, those 3 jobs that gave you some good pay for a reason. He wants to test you and see if truly you have a compassion in your heart. He wants to see maybe truly you actually have the heart of the people in you. He wants to truly see maybe truly you are one of those brothers who can lay down your life for your own brother, who can see your brother in need and you'll be like, no, we are both in this together. But when Yahweh doesn't see such place in you, will be like, no, that's not my chosen. Automatically you have been cut off and be counted among those 2 parts to be destroyed. That's the fact. Because if Yahweh can never choose those who don't have his love in their heart, Yahweh can never choose the one part of his chosen ones to be among those people who are selfish and they never care about their own people. If Yahusha Mashiach can be so selfless that he was thinking about the lordship of the house of Yasharahla, how much more you? Let's go further. Sirach chapter 12. The book of Sirach chapter 12. I'll take verse 3, and it says, there can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that gives no alms. Now here's my question. That last verse was talking about people who Yahweh has blessed with the world's good, but they see their brother in need and they don't even care. The scripture itself has proved it in the book of Sirach now. He says that there can no good come to him that is occupied in evil, nor to him that doesn't give alms. So for you who Yahweh has blessed with some amount, with possessions, with all sort of things, and yet you lack how to give alms to the right people, I'm sorry, the scripture has said it all, that no good can come to you. It's not a curse. It's straight out of the scriptures. There can no good come to those who are occupied in evil and those who gives no alms. Don't think alms giving is by you going to your leadership to go and give them some amount of money and this and that. No. Alms giving, I will soon get to that scriptures. You will see what alms giving that Yahuwah truly accepts. You will see it soon. Let's step further. The book of Tobit chapter 4, I'll take verse 7 down to verse 11, and it says, give alms of your substance, and when you give alms, let not your eyes be envious, neither turn your face away from the poor, and the face of Yahuwah shall not be turned away from you. Verse 8, if you have abundance, give alms accordingly, and if you have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. Verse 9, for you lay up a good treasure for yourself against the day of necessity. Just look at it. Verse 10, because the alms do deliver from death. Wow. Because the alms do deliver from death, and suffer not to come into darkness. Verse 11, for alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of Yahuwah. So what makes you think that when you give alms, that you're actually giving alms to you don't know? Every alms you are giving, Yahweh is seeing it. Do you know that at some point, like the scripture have said here, that arms actually can save one from death? Look at that verse 10. It says, because that arms do deliver from death. Do you think if you as a brother, you as a sister, who actually understand the power of the tongue, do you think if you are the person who is giving to alms, who give alms to the needy, do you think if you have a particular problem, maybe it's your health or it's whatsoever, do you think if you go to Yahuwah in prayer and tell Yahuwah that, Yahuwah, remember all the alms I've given, remember all the alms I've given to those who are in need, how you not that you I remember how the alms I gave, how you used me to put smile on some people's face, how you used what you've blessed me with, how you made me to use it to make some people smile again, to save some people from starvation. Why don't you try to use that kind of things to challenge Yahuwah and see if Yahuwah will not answer your prayers? Do you think, even in the scriptures, I can't remember where it was actually, where this rich man actually, it has been accounted that he is going to die that same day, but he went to Yahuwah in prayer and started reminding Yahuwah the things that he has done. It is these things actually they're using challenging Yahuwah, and Yahuwah had to add more years to his years. So what makes you think that alms that you are giving actually is not recorded somewhere by Yahuwah? This is one mistake we do make as a nation of people. Why don't we learn how to understand the power of alms giving? Let's step further. The book of 3 John. I'll take 3 John I'll take verse chapter 1. I'll take from verse 10 and verse 11. Am I right? Is it? Sorry, pardon me. 3 John, it has just one chapter. I'll take verse 10 and verse 11, and it says, in this the children of Elohim are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever does not righteousness is not of Elohim, neither he that love not his brothers. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. So now tell me, how can you claim that you love one another when you can't even help one another in time of trouble? Okay, you think because you've donated $100, $200, $50 now to your so-called camp leadership through their booster club, in which you don't even know, maybe truly they use that money to help the poor. Do you think Yahweh actually count that as an alms? Yahweh saw it as you are willingly giving that alms to the wrong people, the same way we have also paid tithe and offering to the Christian pastors. Yahweh gonna be like, you're not doing what I asked you to do. If you like, give it to the so-called leadership of your camp, to the overall leadership, your bishop, your commanding general. Yahweh will be like, I'm sorry, that's not what I sent you, because you never did it the right way. Is it that you are too lazy to walk around or to see how you can prove all things, see those people who are truly in need, then you help them? So what is the essence why you think you are trying to work out of salvation when you are too lazy to do some things? Some of the people are not even lazy, they are just being wicked. They'll be like, I don't know, because I don't know, and there are a lot of scammers out there and this and that and blah blah blah. But yes, my question, do you think the scripture that says prove all things doesn't have a reason? Truth be told, if truly you want to prove all things, why can't you call that person on video call, see the person, they can just this person is real? That's the fact. I know that yes, social media now is full of fake people, but some people actually might need your help. When they need your help, tell them, do you mind if we can speak over the phone? If they say yes, don't call them on audio call them on video call. If they are true, if they are real, then they will show their face, they will speak with you. But if they are fake, they might even pick the call and block the camera so you won't see their faces. So why don't you be wise? Don't think because of their fakes in the world mean there's no people who actually need help. Let's step further. 1 John chapter 4. The book of 1 John chapter 4. I will take verse 17 and verse 18. And it says, herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as he is, so are we in this world. Verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear has torment. He that fear is not made perfect in love. So what make you think that because you are having the fear of I don't want to be scammed, I don't want to be catfished? Why can't you call that person over the phone? Call them on video call. If you truly have the love of Yahweh, you'll be as bold as a lion. Call the person on video call. I think there's a particular person who had a brother's page. This brother actually has chatted with me since 2020. All of a sudden I saw his message pop up. Then I was like, yes, shalom brother, this and that. Then he said, send me your cash app tag. Then I asked him, for what? He said, for blessing. When he said for blessing, then my heart told me immediately that what kind of blessing? Then also I didn't have a cash app tag right here in Nigeria. Then intentionally I gave a false cash app tag, because my mind tells me that there's something wrong somewhere. This brother never chat with me since over 2 years. So how will he just pop up right now and say he want to bless me? So I gave a wrong cash app tag. So I guess the wrong cash app tag. The next thing I saw was he sent me a message saying that that blah 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 grant whatever. Then immediately I told him, I said, listen, I might be going through hardship right now, but I am not one of those greedy Israelites who will just fall for anything because of money.
For sponsorship, advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number: +234 811 731 0928.
Then I said to this brother, I said, I will not, because of the hardship I'm going through, then be so greedy to fall for everything that comes my way. For this singular act, do you believe that this brother went ahead and blocked me on Messenger immediately? Why? Because he have known that truly, I have observed that truly this person is fake. But the thing is this, that does not warrant everyone to now be using that as an excuse. Let me use that word. Though at some point, let us be honest ourselves, at some point, there are a lot of fake people out there. Let's be honest ourselves. A lot of fake people out there, most especially on Facebook. And also, let me just use this actually to please prompt you to something. Don't you ever fall victim of those people who create fake page on Facebook and claim to be an orphanage home. Don't make the mistake. They are all scammers. Why did I say so? Truth be told, even right here in Nigeria, it is only when you know that you have the ability to feed yourself and feed others, that is when you can gather orphans together and take care of them. Aside from that, one of the people who handle orphanage homes are mostly the rich people. They set it up as an NGO and they are always getting donations from big companies. So don't fall victim of one person who will open a page on Facebook and say that he is representative of some orphans. They are all liars. They create those fake pages because they know that people want to be merciful on the orphans. These fake people will use the name of these same poor children to extort money, get money from you people, and you think they are doing the right thing. Every money they are taking from you, claiming that's for orphans, actually they spend it on themselves. Even right here in Nigeria, I have caught one person before. What this guy does is he creates a fake page on Facebook. So what he does is, whenever people make donations, he will take about just 5% of the donations to buy petty things like little foods and some old clothes. He will now take it to a particular orphanage, and he will end up taking his phone, going live on Facebook and start saying, yeah, I'm right here, we the orphans, we are saying thank you for your donations and blah 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 blah. They know that with that life, when they go live like that, people will truly believe that yes, it's actually an orphanage. It's a lie. This is what this guy does all the time. He will tell the orphans what to say, so that when he go live, he will tell them, hey, children, say shalom. They also will shout shalom. They use these children for the wrong thing. They collect money from donations, spend upon themselves, and leave the children suffering. So if you truly want to help the orphans, why can't you by yourself go to the nearest orphanage home and give your offerings to those children yourself? Even if you don't have orphans around you, there are some brothers who are actually closer to some orphanage homes. Try to prove those brothers, tell them that you want to do a particular donations to the orphans. Let the brother or let that sister be your eye. Let them go to the orphanage home, call you on video call, and be right here at the orphanage home, here are the orphans, this and that, blah blah blah. Then that alone is to prove to that yes, truly you have done your right offering to the right people. You may think giving your leadership donations to Booster Club, saying that they used to propagate the gospel, is all lies. Yahusha never asked anyone to donate for him to travel around the world to teach. Every time you hear that Yahusha bought a boat, did this, did that, everything was all from his own money. Remember, his father was a carpenter, so he was not a jobless and filled of excuse human being. All his apostles, they definitely had a skill which they work on. Everybody actually are not the same, I know that. We might not have the same opportunity, no problem. But the thing is, some people, if they truly want to show that truly I am making the move, see them making that move. I remember myself when I also started way back. To be honest, there was nothing. I seek for a job, no job came. It was when I had to sit down and ask myself, what is the next thing for me to do? Will I continue walking around in the hot sun, coming back home with no result? That was why I picked my art talent and I started using that actually as my own source of income. So now here's my question. Do you think I've not made the move? If truly we have people, sincere brothers and sisters out there, how can we support each other? When you are a brother that does this, let this brother might have the channel you need. You people can support each other. For those of you who might be conversant with GC Create TV and all the shows I've been posting on GC Create TV, you will observe that among all the programs, I'm always seeing how I slot in some advert placement which belongs to some of our Hebrew brothers. Do you think I'm so stupid? This is my own little way to show my own support for our people. Yahweh has given me this particular lifestyle on how to propagate things through the media. So I can also use what I have to support my own brother. I might not have all the money to support their businesses, but at least I have the mouth to help them advertise their business. I also have the ability to help them make some creative visuals to advertise their business and put them among my program. That is my own way of showing support, because that is what I can afford. But what about you out there who has it, but you are never ready to support? Or because you want to cover up with excuses. Now, I said earlier about the right offerings that Yahweh accepts. Matthew Yahweh chapter 25. I'll take now from verse 30. Pardon me. From verse 33. I'll take it down to verse 40. And it says, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goat on the left. 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Verse 35. For I was hungry, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Verse 37. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Adonai, when did we see you hungry and fed you, or thirsty and gave you drink? When did we see you a stranger and take you in, or naked and clothe you? Or when did we see you sick and in prison and come unto you? Look at verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Amen, I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. So can I say that truly what he counts as your arms is when you help those least people, those people who are truly in need. That is what he counts. That is what he counts. He never said when you do these things to the Pharisees, to the so-called people that put themselves in the place of Moses, to those who call themselves your leadership. He never said so. Truth be told, we have some sincere assemblies where the leadership also are struggling. If you support him, yes, you've done right. Not like the Pharisees who have made the name, who are not using people's funds to travel abroad. That's not the arms that Yahweh actually accepts. And I'm sure for those of you who might know this particular scripture, if you read further from that verse 41, it talks about the other side, that's those on the left, the goats. Look at it, verse 41. Then shall he say unto them that's on the left hand, depart from me, ye caused, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. He called them what? The caused. So if you like, because Yahweh has blessed you with the good of this world, and because you want to live your best life, and you became so wicked and selfish and selfless and heartless to ignore your brothers who are in need, get ready, because you're on this part of this who are caused. Ask me why. Look at what he said, verse 42. For I was hungry, and ye gave me not meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in. Naked, and ye clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and ye visited me not. Verse 44. Then shall they answer him, saying, Adonai, when did we see you hungry, or thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto you? Look at verse 45. Then shall he answer them, saying, Amen, I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not for me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. Now here's my question. You can with your eyes say that truly these are the needy, but you chose to take your money to go and give your pagan and your demonic leadership. Your leadership who on every so-called feast days, the garments they are sewing is worth hundreds of dollars, and yet you still take your whatever to go and donate to Booster Club. See how stupid you are. Yahusha said that when that time comes, that it will count you as the goat, the cursed ones. Why? Because you saw those who are the least, who need your help. You never help them.
For sponsorship and advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number +234 811 731 0928.
Not like those who say, but I'm actually giving alms to my leadership. You call them leadership. Are they truly taking care of the sheep? Why do you think it was never written anywhere that Yahusha asked anyone to contribute money which he will take to himself first? Even in the book of Acts, it made it known there that everyone brought what they had to the apostles' feet, and right there on the spot, it was being shared to every man according to as he had need. So what make you think that anyway, since I've given the leadership, at least Yahweh know that I've given my alms? Yahweh see you giving alms to the wrong person. That's it. So let's step further. Now go to the next segment. When I say that Yasharahla is not ready, I know what I'm saying. Now let's take from the book of Matthew, that's Matthew chapter 24. I will take from verse 15 down to verse 18. And it says, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso reads, let him understand. Verse 16. Then let them which be in Yahud flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Can you see that? We all know that talking about the abomination of desolation, it is coming to Babylon. Where are we asked to run for refuge? The mountains. Where is that? The motherland, Africa. But yet we have some brothers, some sisters who are working really hard. But it is so foolish of them. Pardon me for using such words, but that's the way I can express it. You know that Babylon will still be burnt down to ashes, yet you are taking your so-called hard-earned money to acquire properties in Babylon. Do you think Yahweh will preserve your own property when you destroy Babylon? He will destroy it as well, because you never listen to flee out of Babylon. Now, yes, one question I will ask all of you who are living in the States or anywhere around the world who are not yet in the motherland. Why do you think when our forefathers want to leave the land of Egypt, he said to our forefathers, he said, tell the children of Yasharahla that they should go to their neighbor and borrow gold Borrow all these things that you need. Go and borrow it from your neighbors. That means borrow it from the Egyptians there. But here's my question: do you think Yahweh is not wise when he asks you to go and borrow gold from your neighbor in Egypt? Meanwhile, he wants to take you out of that land that same day. So did you think Yahweh is asking you to borrow the gold because you send back the gold to your neighbors through their bank account? He asks you to borrow the gold because that is what you actually deserve. They are meant to be your possession. Go and take it from them and leave that place. Because I'm working in the States now doesn't mean that yes, that is where you're going to die. No. Why don't you work in the state? Come to the motherland and get your own space before it's too late. I'm so proud of one of our Zakwins who I know. There might be others who I might not know about, but I'm always proud of this particular elder. That's King Ugo. Despite the fact that he lives in the States, he was born in the States, but he was so wise and he understand how to prepare for the wilderness. He came down here to Africa. He came down here to Nigeria. He has a wife in Nigeria. He bought his own possession of land right here in Nigeria. For those who might know his YouTube channel, you even see him harvesting what he has planted on his farmland. Do you think he's not prepared? He's prepared, fully prepared. Imagine if tomorrow everybody gets to know that yes, maybe like in the next 3 days, some kind of wicked things will be happening in the States, in Babylon. He has somewhere to run to hide. He has a place right here. He has been coming down here for a long time. That even people in the community now, they've embraced him and take him like yes, truly he's our own brother. But how about you, who is dying right then in Babylon? Who never for once thought of leaving Babylon to come and see how you can mingle with your own people right here in the motherland, so that in the day of trouble, when you flee down here, they can accommodate you. That's to tell you that truly our people are not prepared. I saw a sister post this on Facebook saying that she has called the real estate agent that she wants to acquire this kind of house. Imagine how she wants to acquire a house that was built on a land that's not even up to 1 acre. The price of the house is $230 US. Sorry, $230,000 US. Now here's the whole thing. Do you think that without $230,000 US, she can't do much more than just buying that useless house? Truth be told, with that $230,000 US, she can come here to Nigeria to buy nothing less than at least 15 hectares of land. More than acres. With that $230,000, she can come to Nigeria and acquire over a lot of hectares of land. She can even build this same exact building. She can build it on that land. Yet you still have more than enough. There will be enough for her to even grow plants, grow crops, even start livestock farming. It's even enough to even start up a business right here in Nigeria. But I don't know where she's thinking. Now make her think that the best option now is to buy this particular property in Babylon for the rate of $230,000 US. So now tell me, where and how are people thinking? Do you think our forefathers who left out of Egypt, they have their houses right there in Egypt, but when they left Egypt, they had to leave Egypt without those houses? How prepared are you to leave Babylon and come down here and find a place to stay? Do you think you can run down to Africa when America has problem and stay on the street? I can bet with you that they will rob you with whatever you have, because when they hear your accent, they'll be like, this person is not from Nigeria, is not born in Nigeria here. We've not seen this face before. This person is a stranger right here. That's why it's under the bridge. They will rob you of everything that you have. But imagine if you have actually made a kind of relationship with your brothers and sisters in Africa. If you even leave Babylon today to rush down to Africa for a place to stay, they will accommodate you in their houses first. So do you think that because we are poor right here in Africa, that we don't have a good that we can do to you in the States? This is one thing you always think about. Because Yahweh has blessed you now, mean that issues will not come. To be honest, I pray that those chosen Israelites who are in the States and everywhere in the European country, I pray that Yahweh wake your mind up and make you start doing the right thing before it's too late. Because the time will come that when you flee down to Africa here, even we, I'm saying it, we, your own brothers who are in the truth, we will see you come down here and we ignore you. Why? Because when you are meant to build that relationship, you were busy fooling yourself, being stupid. You are being too high-minded, thinking that after all, I don't want to go to Africa. They said this, they said that. The Bible itself says that a slothful man is a brother of desolation. You are always giving excuses because you don't want to do nothing. When you finally have problem, who want to come help you? Are you prepared for the wilderness? How will you come down now to Africa to mingle with your people, even set up tabernacles in the wilderness, when you don't even have a relationship with them? How can you be free with someone that you've never even spoke with? Do you think, for example, now there are thousands of Israelites out there right now? Even on my Facebook page, I've removed some redundant people on my page and add some good people to it, in which I still wish I do more to cut off those people who are just on my page wasting the space. Imagine if we never even spoke before, but because you knew that I'm in Africa, you now saw that there's issue in America, you now take a flight, you now come down to Africa and start texting me that yeah, shalom brother, I'm right here in Africa, I'm in Nigeria. I bet you, if I'll be very clear with you, I promise you I will block you. Why? Because you were never relevant. You never counted me like a human. You were never even there in my own time of trouble. You never even called me. You never even gave me scriptures of encouragement. You never did anything that has to do with brotherly love with me. So you now come down to Nigeria, you're now looking for me to now take into my house for accommodation. You better go sleep under the bridge. Until you learn what love is, mutuality, hospitality, until you learn that as a nation, forget about it, you are going nowhere. Let's step further. 2 Corinthians chapter 6. The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, I'll take verse 17. And it says, "Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, says Yahuwah, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you." Now here's my question. When he said, "Come out from among them, and be ye separate," do you think it means you just leave the Christian church and whatever? We have seen the judgment of Babylon that's going to happen to it. If you like, sit back there in Babylon. Don't come out over and be separated from the destruction coming upon Babylon soon. Then we are over now. I just keep asking myself one question: that majority of the Israelites we have out there are those Israelites that will be like, when Yahusha returns, they will be like, let us disagree to agree. Listen to my own excuse. Yahusha will never listen to your excuse. For the fact that you chose to still remain in Babylon, you never left Babylon when you were hard, that you should come out of her and be separate. But either you chose to sit there in Babylon and say that since I'm in the truth, I'm separate. No problem. When the destruction comes, give that same excuse to Yahuwah. That I never knew it's like this, but he said, come out of her and be separate. I'm sorry for some people. Let's go further. The book of Zephaniah chapter 3. Zephaniah chapter 3. I'll take verse 1 and verse 6. And it says, "Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, the oppressing city. Which city is the oppressing city today? Babylon. It has been proclaimed that woe be unto her. Yet you think because you have left Christian church, you are not in the truth, that you have come out of her and you are separate. I'm sorry for your souls. If you are ever destroyed in Babylon, it's because of your foolishness. That's the fact. You chose to be willfully foolish, to stay in that filthy and polluted land which has been caused by Yahuwah. Look at verse 6. It says, I have cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passes by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabitants. Now here's my question. If Yahweh has promised this kind of complete and total dissolution, total destruction to this oppressing city, what make you think that the piece of land you bought in the state will save you? He said that he will destroy to the extent that there shall be no man on the street. So that is to tell you now that if you don't start acting wise and start preparing yourself for the wilderness and come back to the motherland, you are on your own once this destruction comes, because you've had, but you chose to be foolish. You were like, how will I survive in Africa? Do you know how many brothers, how many sisters who have relocated to Africa completely and they are living fine? I see some sisters, they go to places like Tanzania, like Ghana, and they start up their own little business there, and they are doing fine. They are managing what they have there, and they are enduring. I know a brother who is in Kenya right now, an elder who is in Kenya, yet he's enduring what is going through, but yes, he has peace of mind. So what make you think that you can't also work your 2-3 jobs in the States, save up, find a place right here in Nigeria or in Africa, have your own backup home somewhere, keep working in the States? When you gather enough money to start a business here, come back home fully. But before you come back home fully, ensure that you set up like a kind of online business, which will even help you to remain right here in Africa, and yet you are making your money over there in the States. These are what you are meant to be doing. But instead, you are like, how will I survive in Africa? I heard that Africa is filled of sun. There's so much heat in Africa. No problem, then stay in the cold and die in the cold. The book of Jeremiah chapter 23. Jeremiah chapter 3. That's you can hear my daughter in the background actually. She's always trying to be around daddy when daddy is teaching. Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 6, and it says, in his days, look at that word, in his days, when the day of Yahuwah will come, when the destruction will come upon Babylon and every other nations, it says, in his days Yahudah shall be saved, and Yasharahla shall dwell safely, and this is his name, whereby it shall be called Yahuwah Sikenu.